Hello, everybody. Today is going to be a bit of a different subject. I'm going to be discussing a bit Railway Empire 2. This game just launched like 5 days ago, or almost 5 days ago. Here's their Steam page. They've got some wonderful, um, you know, screenshots. You can see trains there. You can see the research and development lines, which are basically identical to the last one, to the original Railway Empire. Some more screenshots. The trains look good. You can customize your train colors. You've got, I mean, aesthetically it looks quite pleasing, let's say. But if you look here, it does say simulation strategy as well. So it's both a simulation and a strategy game. Now, here's the argument that I'm making. Simulation games in regards to, by the way, full price is 50 euros in my region, and then the deluxe version is 60, and what you get in there is, well, basically, let me just shut that down. You get the original soundtrack. Uh, um, so there's already a bunch of DLC here, which it's already quite expensive, like 6 euros for the mission guide in PDF format. That's a bit weird. Then the engine catalog is 6 euros. I guess this might actually be, I guess this could be an official DLC guide. So the engine catalog, I'm going to let that one in. But the compendium and the mission guides, yeah, these are just greedy cash grabs. Yeah, these should not be DLC. Anyway, next off, the train looks good, and it's more of a simulation than it is a strategy game, which is really, really bad because a lot of people were expecting this game to actually be more of a strategy game, since the first one, Railway Empire, the original Railway Empire, was kind of a decent strategy game with some big problems here and there, but you could get past them, due to there being depth to the game, and due to there being a learning curve to it, right? And the biggest problem that the original one had was the fact that um, basically the track laying was really badly designed, really, really poorly thought out. They wanted to make these, like lines which connect properly into each other, and they have nice gradients and nice curves, so they look realistic. The only problem is when you're playing a top-down game, the curves don't need to be realistic, because in a top-down game there is a suspense of disbelief where you say, okay, we can go at 90 degrees basically with this train, because this is not a 90-degree turn in real life, right? And so having the curves go all the way up to, I think it was like, you had to have a certain degree, otherwise you wouldn't be able to turn. I mean, if you wanted to turn a train on its head, so say 180 degrees turn, you would basically need to go around the whole town, which doesn't make sense, right? That is not how trains work. That is not how rails work. So that didn't make sense. And I think that was systematically the biggest problem of Railway Empire 1. They should have just worked on making that a bit more realistic. I would have personally increased the degrees to which you can put down rails, and I would have made them smaller. That's my design decision. That would have been my design thinking, um, in order to fix that track laying algorithm that they had. Otherwise, I would have just thrown everything to the curb and just started working from scratch again. But no, they decided to keep the worst part of Railway Empire 1 in Railway Empire 2, and what they did was, and I'm not going to show you the game because I didn't buy it, sorry. I didn't buy it because I saw enough reviews, I saw enough people playing it. I actually did get access to the beta, and I was in the beta testing, so I did try it out first, and maybe things have changed since then, but from the looks of things, from YouTube videos and such, they have not. So they took and I'm going to be done with this point quickly now, they took the worst part of Railway Empire 1 and sticked with it and just made improvements so that it's easier to use a bad system, instead of just redesigning the system or making the system just work better, flat out better, right? And I do not appreciate that. I think that it is on one part lazy, because track laying is probably one of the hardest systems that you have in this game to develop, I mean. So that was a bad decision on their part. I really hate that they kept it. So what they did was they made it much easier for people to make tracks, make parallel tracks, put down, standard gridirons. You cannot make custom gridirons now. I mean, you could, but it feels wonky and bad. The signaling is also automatically put down, which, you know what? I hate to say it, and I'm one of those reviewers because I went through the reviewers, and I'm going to get that in a minute. I hate to say it, but you don't put down automatic signaling. It just doesn't make sense. Let the person put down his signaling if he so desires, right? Um, so yeah, that was a bad choice on their part, and they allowed train stations to have up to 8 tracks, but they didn't really change the mechanics of the train stations as well, which those were kind of iffy and ill-conceived in the first game as well. So in the first game, if you wanted to have, for example, a warehouse so that you can store and unload goods to a specific amount, so that the town still has some, but you had to make a separate railway station called a warehouse, and then you would have to send your train separately to that one. And that is a completely stupid system in of itself. Now those things are gone. The warehouse railway stations are gone, but the amount of customization and the amount of buildings that you can add to your own train station in a town or in a whatever place is not all that huge. It's not all that amazing, right? So I don't approve of this system either. Again, they took a poorly designed system and they barely improved upon it, right? Another thing that feels really bad just from looking at the game, I didn't even play it and I know that it feels bad, is that it feels on rails, right? You just click, that's it. Start the train, it's going to self-manage, it's going to be self-signaled, it's going to go properly to the station. There's not going to be any issues, or rather, you are going to only run into issues once you get into the more advanced part of the game. So I disapprove of that as well. I think that they dumbed it down way too much. So they can just take out the strategy tag out of this. There is no strategy to this. It's just a simulation. You can look at the pretty trains and say, wow, look at that, and the pretty towns and whatever. So they focused way too much on appearance. They just copy pasted the research here. These are the exact same researches as from the first one, or rather almost the exact same ones. So they just copy pasted that. I don't like that system. I think that it could have been improved. I mean, the first one, and not only did they just copy paste it, now there's only one. It's this they've even dumped this one down, because initially Railway Empire had 2 categories of researches. They had the train researches and the personnel and logistics researches. So now they dumbed that down and it's only one, but they just copied all of the technology in just one category, which is so yeah, it's just more dumbing down, which is like, I don't know, maybe they want to launch this game on mobile. I'm guessing they're thinking of doing that as well, because maybe that is the way that this game should be played on mobile, like just a casual train simulation on your phone, so that when you have some time off on the John or whatever, you look at pretty trains and you feel good about yourself. But this is not a strategy game. This is not a management game. It's not a tycoon game in any way or sort or shape. But now let's go to the reviews, because this is what irks me even more than the game itself. 63% of reviews for this game are positive. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, there we go. First one, I don't understand the bad reviews of this on this game. So the first guy that you read in here, it's it's this. I don't understand the bad reviews. Well, maybe you could be a bit empathic, and maybe you could just talk about what you like without judging the people who do not like the game, right? So that's it. Better than I expected, played 20 hours, blah, blah, blah. No, this looks like... I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't feel very, very good either. But let's go ahead and look for some Yeah, this is a train watching game. Exactly. From what I've seen from people playing it, like even the live streamers that got early access and streamed it, they were all bored out of their fucking minds playing this game because there's nothing for you to do that actually challenges you, right? It's too easy. It's too simple, so to say. Let's see now, pros and cons. Okay, this might be an actual person, but I just want to show you guys something. That might be an actual person. Okay, this might be an actual person, although, when you get to over 10 reviews, that says something about the person, right? So, by the way, there's more than 200 reviews. There's 400, so you know that that's not completely correct what you were being shown there. Right, so this guy, okay, he has 300 products, sideways thumb. So, okay, I'm guessing that's an actual person as well. Okay, let's see this guy. Yeah, it looks to me, let's load this whole thing here. Like that's a wall of text. I don't know if an actual person actually took the time to do this. Maybe he does have 52 hours played, but there are some really, really shoddy reviews up in here. I strongly disagree with negative reviews. Yeah, what is this? 13 hours. Honestly, an award? No. Honestly, this doesn't look like an actual person. Or maybe it was an actual person, but it could be bought. This guy has 900 products. It's the same. I don't understand the negative reviews. 900 products in the account. I don't think that this is an actual person. Only 4.9 hours. I mean, the guy has 900 products, 4.9 hours, and he gives it a thumbs up. That's pretty telling. A lot of negative reviews, the same crap again. 13 hours, not a lot of time spent in there. Let's see, 8.9 hours, not a lot of time. Maybe this one is true. I think this might be an actual person, so that's fine. Let's see now, 170 products. This honestly looks like ChatGPT generated text. Like, tell me this is not ChatGPT text. Look at this. Ring off the bat, when you first boot up, notable change or other feature has been added. I greatly appreciate. This looks like a 170 products. This looks like a paid for review. And even these hours, like you can let the game open and running over the night on your computer and then just, leave the review that was bought and paid for. This guy might be an actual person. Lots of negative ones. 10 hours. Yeah, this doesn't look real either. I don't know. A bunch of these reviews, I'm not saying all of them, but a bunch of them, they look bought. They look like these are reviews from, yeah, look at this. Look at this. A game for train lovers and tycoons alike. This is a marketing. This is a marketing text, right? This is copywriting. This is not 2.4 hours, and this is a marketing text. This is not a real review either, right? And I don't think that there's this big conspiracy of the bad reviews being not real either, of being paid for. I mean, there's like who's going to do that nowadays? 16 hours. This looks like ChatGPT text as well. Let's see. Okay, this guy might be reminds me of a good old Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon. Did Sid Meier's work on Railroad Tycoon? I don't think he did. Now, wait. 1 second now. Railroad Tycoon. Like, I'm really interested if Sid Meier's worked on Railroad Tycoon. Microprose, 2K Games, Sid Meier. Okay, he did. I'm sorry. Okay, he did. Sure, why not? Let's go back to Steam now. But again, it just references Sid Meier's and Railroad Tycoon for hype. I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the real one either. Run smooth and no crashes. I mean, is this important? Are we celebrating games that run smooth and don't have crashes nowadays? Is that it? I mean, sure, a lot of companies are taking the piss by releasing half-baked products that crash, but seriously, this is not the first thing that you should be saying good about this game, right? 2,200 products in account, 6 hours on record. This is fake as hell. Like this dude, ChatGPT text probably fake as hell, bought for. Uh, I mean, I can say it with the utmost confidence. Like, let's be honest here, right? Look at this. Look at the text. This is not a real review. Okay, 409 products in the account. Um, what is this? Just enough of the old game to instantly playable to a veteran. Like what? This looks like a fluff piece as well. What else? Okay, this looks okay. I guess this looks okay as well. I'm not even going to go through the negatives because the negatives just mainly talk about what I talked about, right? Okay, this guy might be real, although he does have over 100. I mean, 100 products might be actually realistic, but it's fine. Okay, cool. My only gripe is I mean, even okay. So this is definitely a real guy because he said my only gripe is the price. But if you get it on sale, I'd say it's worth a play. So just wait for the sale is what this person is saying. And I'm saying the same thing. It's not a fundamentally broken and bad game, but it's not a management or strategy game. It's just a on rails, watch pretty trains go through pretty towns and whatever game. It's not that amazing, honestly. It is not worth 50 euros. Not in hell, never. This game is not worth 50 euros, especially because it's basically the main mechanics for designing and creating this game. They were just brought over from the first game, right? They didn't actually innovate on those, and they should have. Like I said in the beginning, they should have innovated on track laying because it was a mess and it looked pretty and it felt good at first, but then you quickly ran into a whole bunch of problems with it. Okay, let's just see a couple more of them. Yes, I would recommend it, but in truth, it is only a moderate step up from RE1. So even this one, it's probably a thumbs, like it's probably not a, yeah. Biggest letdown there, no economic cycles. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's bad. This is my first logistics game. Well, if it's your first one, dear. Well, wait. Okay, so he did actually play Railway 1, so okay, good. Next up, this game is just what I have expected. Calypso nailed, and if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Have you actually played strategy games? Like, I'm really curious. This might be a real guy, although sergey.zr.co.ukjs Steam level 1 smells really fishy. Okay, this might be real. This is definitely not real. 193. Having played the first one, I love the second one even more. This is like, I don't know what kind of a person you are. I don't want to be mean, but if you really like this one more than the first, there's something really. I mean, you might love simulation games and watching pretty trains. So in that case, I guess you love it, but otherwise, no. Okay. Anyway, is this real? This might seem like a. Yeah, well, you could do something similar to this as well in the first game by just buying self-signaled stations, but whatever. I'm looking forward to the bigger maps, like the big. You're looking forward to DLCs? Okay, I thought that this would have been a real person, a real review, but now that you're saying that you're looking forward to DLCs, I know that you're lying and that you're not a real person. Nobody is looking forward to DLCs. Nobody. Maybe 1% of gamers are looking forward to DLCs, but otherwise, nobody wants to pay more just to get a bit more of their game. Lady, okay, this what's her Steam level 7 with 73 products. Smells fishy. Okay, this might be a real one. Yeah, the thing that makes the game absolutely suck and it has no more, like almost no more personality, is the automated signal placing. Like, come on. No. What else? Steam level 0, jumped straight in and didn't enjoy, so refunded. Missed it, so purchased again. Went back and did tutorials in full and can see it's the same great game but improved a lot. What? This has to be a paid for. This has to be a paid for review. Like, honestly, you refunded it and then you purchased it again because you missed it somehow, and then you did the tutorials. So this is kind of a hint to people that don't like it. You know, do the tutorials, it's going to be better. No, it's not. It's the same crappy game. Anyway, I think this video has gone on for long enough. I have this really bold suspicion that Calypso are buying positive reviews for this game because it's quite a mess. If you guys would like to see more, just go ahead and look at it yourselves. If not, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to seem like an asshole. I actually would have loved Railway Empire 2 to be a great game, a great strategy and a great management and a great tycoon game, but it is not. It is just flat out not. It's bad. Oh, and don't just, yeah, don't. GameStar? Who's GameStar? God is a Greek. God is a Greek. Give it 8.5. Can you imagine, guys? Amazing. Eurogamer.de. By the way, this is a German-made game, so obviously Eurogamer.de is going to give it a, you know, decent score. Yeah, a bad game, bad release, and the apparent buying of reviews. Oh, these are just the 341 are positive, I see. Okay, but apparently the buying of reviews is definitely not, it's definitely not great on their part. They should have done better. I didn't expect them to do better, honestly, because of all the DLC that Railway Empire 1 had. That is already a bad practice, and you know, that's already a huge red flag for them as a developer or a publisher or whatever. But anyway, sorry for the rant, but it had to be done. I would love this game to be better, but it's not, because the fundamental mechanic of it is broken, and it is not going to be just changed up overnight. Thank you to everybody for watching and listening. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you'd like to ask something or you know, tell me that I'm wrong or whatever, just nag me about your day-to-day problems, leave a comment, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.